What's up? Welcome back. My name is George. This is the Model Railroad Show, and today we're going to be doing some work here on the layout. All right, so as you can see behind me, the layout's a hot mess, man. I've been doing a couple of things. I'm going to show you in this video what exactly I've worked on, which isn't too much, but I'll show you some of that and some ideas that I have for problems, solutions I have for problems that I've just been kind of sitting on for a while. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to install the Atlas signal tower here, and we're going to go into how I'm going to install that and how I get put a little light kit in here and how I get these wires through the layout, because as you know, this is styrofoam on a hollow core door, so it's not like you can just fish wires through hollow core doors easily, but there is a technique you can use, and I'm going to show it to you here today. Before we get going, though, I'm going to show you what I have been working on a little bit. I got some static grass laid down here, a little bit of scenery done, and see, I've got some foliage down, a little bit of static grass, incorporated a little bit of that dirt that you see that I purchased at Amherst. Did a video there just trying to mix up the scenery a little bit. And in the background here, you can see I've got a couple of weathered cars that I've been working on. Recently started incorporating some airbrushing into my weathering. And I think it's looking pretty good. All right, this redding, these brace sides, single sheaths, always okay to beat these cars up a little bit. They would be older, especially by this time period. There wouldn't be as many of them on the railroad. And, got the wooden walkway I detailed. I think that's looking pretty good. Everybody's familiar with this PRR boxcar. If you've watched the channel, went into how I weathered that one. And a Reading gondola. And this is one of my MOW cars. And the first car I've actually incorporated a little bit of oil paint in the weathering. It's just on the inside of the gon there. So looking good. This is show you. This is a different road number, but also an MOW PRR car. So you can see the difference there. All right. Looking good. Looking good. All right, coming down here. And what is going to be Puritan rubber here. And got some ballast laid down there, track, some base scenery, and you can see all the way in the back there at the end of the track are just some rail stops that I 3D printed, painted yellow. I think they look a lot better in this portion anyway than the classic like bar, bumper ends. All right, a little less intrusive. And I'm just mocking up some tanks. Here, I picked these tanks up at Train Show in Edison. It was live, if you haven't seen that video, and they're actually HO scale tanks. But I like the size of them because when you buy the equivalent N scale tank, that's kind of what it looks like. And I think the bigger one's just looking a little more industrial. And yeah, looking pretty good. So I've obviously got some kit bashing to go there. And part of that HO kit is this fuel tank, which obviously an HO is not a fuel tank. It's like a roof holding tank. But I'm going to make this a fuel tank. I got a pump here just so these guys could have a, little gas for the railroad vehicles there hanging out. All right. And then that brings us down to the signal tower right here. And part of what I did, I put some sculpting mold down here, which is a fabulous idea because it's what it does, is it doesn't make your scenery completely flat. But then I didn't want to cut this off of the base. So essentially I had to find a flat area. So what I did was I came in here with an X-Acto chisel knife, and I came in here with, you know, one of these knives. You should probably have one of these. I will see if I can find one on Amazon. All right, and they're just the long blades where the blade, you know, breaks off and gives you a fresh blade. But super flexible blade. It's almost like a fillet knife, the way you can use that thing. And I got in here and I leveled out a section. You can see kind of down to the foam. It doesn't look like much, but it is enough to get this building level. And then the other thing that I did with this building, and we can take a look here, is I put one of those little Walthers light kits in there. And I had this building together, no plans on lighting it, and had some window shades. And these Walthers light kits are adjustable in their brightness, so I can really kind of tone it down a little bit. But what I had was the bottom of the tower had a solid floor, and it might be tough to see in there. Drilling on buildings like this never really works. Like a drill will just torque this building, and I haven't had good luck trying to drill a hole like through a floor and almost like a subfloor, I guess, in a building like that. So what I've done in the past and what I did here is I got a soldering iron and I made a hole with a soldering iron, and usually get a lot better result. And then these lights have a little 3M sticker on the back. I don't really trust those 3M stickers. So I, in this kind of situation where I'm going to mount this to the layout, I get a little CA on there. And then I also got a little CA right here. And I'll touch that up to get that bound to the building to give it like another, you know, a pinch point there. All right. All right. So see, I got the little area here cleared off, nice and level. We are going to drill a hole here. This is like a resistor, I believe, on these Walthers just plug light systems. So I'm going to cut this wire above this resistor where I've got some wire to work with. I'm going to feed this down. That way I don't have to drill a hole to accommodate a plug like this. Plus, as I said, I'm going through foam and a hollow core door. So kind of tough to get these through. I know I've done it, and it requires a big hole. So I don't want to do that, especially not over here. So that's what we're going to do. I saw them do this on Model Railroader, and I was like, you know what? That's a pretty smart idea. And then when you're running feeders or anything, wires like this, that allows me to drill a hole big enough for this straw, run these wires down, and that it gives you an easy way to get through the hollow core door. All right, so let's get to it. One thing I like to do is run the drill backwards when I'm going through foam and cork and scenery. Make sure the drill's on there tight. But yeah, run it backwards to get down to where you got to go. And then once I hit the door, get that through. Like I said, I'm just going to cut this off, leave myself plenty of room. Feed this through the straw. Straw through the layout. And there, we're through. Pull my straw out the other side. And we're good to go there. I'm going to get some Aleene's tacky glue. Just on the bottom of the building here. You don't need too much. Because I'm going to tell you, there's going to be some scenery glue that's going to go down around this. And this Aleene's tacky glue will peel right up. Get her down in the right where I want her. And then all I'm going to do is come back here and get this scenicked up right around here. All right, so there it is. Got it installed. Like I said, ran the wires through with the drinking straw. And then I just threw some scenery here. I'll give you a closer look around the base. Did a little dirt parking lot in the back. And obviously scene far from done, but buildings in. Don't be afraid to build a building, like especially like this old Atlas building that's on the base. There's some really cool detail on the base. The base gives the building a lot of support and structure. It's got a nice little wooden walkway around the front there. It looks really good. You know, the way this building now is scenic in here, you can't tell that it was basically built on a base, a little plastic base. All right, so there you go. Pretty cool. Scenery's still wet, obviously. I will post a photo. I'll probably do a community post once the scenery dries. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, scenery's not done. It's still, obviously, you can see the wet. That dirt will look different once all that glue dries. And working on some other solutions, using some HO stuff on the N-scale layout, which will be coming up in another video. And I've got two scenes that are going to be coming up that are almost done. One is this yard office building. I got some stuff there that I'm working on. And two is the lumber, the Milford Coal and Lumber. Really close to getting that done. I've got just like one more detail I want to work out in there. And then I'll show you what the final look is on that. And great stuff. A few kit bashed, some relatively scratch built buildings over there, and a bunch of 3D printed stuff in the lumber yard. So really neat scene that's coming together. And that's about it for today's video. So thanks for watching. Like I said, my name is George. I will leave all of the links to whatever I use, whether it's the tacky glue, the Just Plug light, if I can find it, and to everything that I used. I'll leave a link down below in Amazon. Like I said, it's a good idea to, you know, get an idea of what the price is down there at Amazon, but always try and support your local hobby store. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so that you know when I upload new content. And I will catch you in the next one. All right, bye.